Good morning. Welcome back to Garden Mess. My name is Carrie, and in today's video, we are going to be doing a tour of our yard. All right, so this is a west side, and sorry for the train noise in the back. This is the west side garden with the butterfly bush, a camellia, and I can't trim it because it's set its buds for the winter time. It's setting them right now, so I can't trim that. So that's going to be something that has to be done next year, beginning of next year. I also have this St. John's wort that's grown. Well, I must have dug and disturbed a seed, and then it sprouted. So I'm letting it grow. But I had it back in 2020, and it ended up dying. But it must have put out a seed because it's grown back from something. So this is the west side garden. And we have drift roses. This is the drift rose pink. And it has yellow centers. They're really quite pretty flowers. And behind it I have a loropetalum, which as things have gotten bigger, I definitely need to, this winter, go in there and trim everything up, and just cut it, like almost do a rejuvenation pruning on these roses because they have gotten too big. Now the one thing I did do this year is I did trim my roses down to about, I don't know, 8 to 12 inch canes, and then they grew all this. So next year I'm gonna have to go maybe down to like 6-inch canes and just leave them about 6 inches high. I think that's either Miss Violet or Miss Molly. I can't remember, but that's a butterfly bush right there, and it's doing well. We took it out of that container and we got it planted back here. I had a sunshine ligustrum back there, but it really grew and took over this whole area. So now it's just got the butterfly bush. And then I have a lot of gladiolas that their leaves are still up to get some sun and energy for their bulbs. And they come back every year. I don't dig them up, I just leave them there. Again, another pink drift rose. This one is a white drift, and then it's a pink drift. Pink drifts stay smaller. The white drifts have gotten much larger. And then I have Catharanthus right here, which I said in a video looks like vinca, but it's not vinca, but it actually is. I saw the scientific name, the full scientific name, and they are in the vinca family. So they are similar. So these are just like, consider them like little mini ones. The leaves are smaller, the flowers are smaller, somewhat of a different shape because they're more like pinwheel shape flowers, where like the other vinca, you can't see space between the petals. Then I have this cat's pajama nepeta. I don't think it likes where it's at. I don't know. I have another one in the other garden, but I didn't even show it to you because it's not doing well. I think my soil must be too much clay, too moist or something. But you can see that the coral sedum loves its life. And I posted a video on a garden tour where someone had this in a thin border. So I might take this, and once all this area is definitely gone of all the grass, I'll move that all out, and I'll probably make me just a border of this and make it a little thinner. But isn't that so striking? You can see it from the street. People who pull up and stop to talk to me, they always ask me, what is that stuff? And I like, here, let me just grab you a handful of it, because literally that's all you need to do. You just reach in and grab some and plug it, put it anywhere you want, and it'll grow. So I have some more Imperial Blue Plumbago. Oh, and nice how I have a mosquito in the frame just flying around my camera. Then I have these bidens or biddens. I've heard people call them various things. Biddens, bidens. They're just cute little cheerful yellow flowers. Aren't they cute? Now, I don't know. I've never had one of these self-seed, so I don't think they self-seed. I haven't had one, so. But I am gonna try to get some of them and see if I can't find some seeds, but we'll see. And then of course there's this, which is, I always forget the name of it. Starts with an A though. Moses in the cradle is a layman's term, I think. Oh, it was just there on the tip of my tongue. Tradescantia, something like that. Maybe it's not an A, it's a T. Yeah, it's Tradescia, Tradescantia. Anyway, Moses in the cradle is another one. Some more vinca that is self-seeded. Coral sedum, a pretty echinacea. I still have to cut some of it back, but it's a pretty dusty color. It's not like the other echinacea in my yard. And then I have some weeds that I need to pull. Oh boy, get that out of there. But I have some coreopsis that is done with its flesh. And I need to cut this stem of this rose because it's actually flopped onto it. Because you can see I have some of the coreopsis right there and then some right here. So I need to come out here and do that. And I'm so happy. This is something that is new. I mean, this color of zinnia, I know I planted it. I'm sure I did. I'm sure I put out seeds. But I love this color. Oh, I need more of these. I need more of this color. So as soon as I see some seed heads, I'm sprinkling it everywhere. And then I have some millennial garlic there, or allium, and a daylily, and euphorbia right there. That's rainbow ascot euphorbia. And then I have my dahlia playing peekaboo back here. Getting hidden because of the zinnias that have kind of taken over. And see my white, sorry, I'm just going from one thing to another like a squirrel. But see my white drift rose is converting to this pinky color. I've heard that sometimes drift roses can do that, especially the white ones. And it's pretty. I'm not, you know, I don't mind. Because this is like a cottage garden, it's okay to have the colors intermixed. So I'm okay with it. I have another dahlia back here. It's yellow, but I don't see any blooms on it. It had blooms, like 2 blooms, and now it hasn't had any since. And then I have some meteor shower verbena getting taken over by the zinnias. These zinnias look pretty good right now, pretty healthy, but not too long from now they're going to start looking sickly like this. Now this one is because it's self-seeded into my mulched area. So in this area right here it's self-seeded, and I just let it go, but my sprinkler hits it because of that. So you can see that's what it starts to look like. Real ugly leaves, and of course it's in the front of the flower bed. Yay. We don't like that, do we? Nope. Got some euphorbia. And then this is the Supertunia Bermuda Beach. I'll say this about this Supertunia. For me, I've had the Supertunia bubblegum, and it took over, and in a positive way. It became like a potato vine. You know how like potato vines get real big and can cover an entire, you know, all the ground space? Well, that's how my Super Tunia was. So this year I did this Bermuda Beach because I really love this color. But the negative is that it's not as, well, in my area anyway, zone 8B, it's not being as proliferous of a bloomer as the Super Tunia bubblegum. So anyway, it's a little disappointing, but I still love it. And my agastache is actually still alive. Oh, I see oh, this dahlia has some buds. Okay, yay. Ooh, that's a vine. I gotta go get that. And of course I did not get the root. I never do. That's why this little duckfoot vine, that's what I call it, keeps coming back. But my marigolds are doing good. I don't know what's going on there, but the blue plumbago is doing well. And then this is a ground cherry. It's a pineapple ground cherry cherry tomato. And it self-seeds. I don't buy it anymore. It self-seeds and grows. I just haven't had time to come clean it out. So I need to do that. And then I've got some yarrow I'm trying to rehabilitate. And then Mother's Day gift, a red hibiscus. I really should get it in the ground. I just haven't found a spot for it yet. And then I have some cosmos, and that's a red fountain grass that is too big for its spot. I need to, as soon as I planted it, I knew I should have moved it, but I just was lazy. And then my hibiscus, which I don't see any open blooms on it right now. Now I show it all the time in videos, so you've probably seen it multiple times. Let's see. Yeah, so it's like a light pink and white, and then it's got a maroon center. They're very pretty. And it's huge. It's as big as that loropetalum and that fountain grass. Well, that's the west side garden flower bed, and nothing to update with the corner area yet, but oh, let's go look at the watermelon. My little watermelon patch. Now this came back from seed. It was not a planted plant. It was here last year and then died back, and now it's growing again. And I have a ton of flowers, but I'm just now starting to notice fruit set. So there's one, and then I had one over here. There's several on this plant now. They're hard to see because they're not quite big enough yet, but I have a lot of them. I also have some Bermuda grass growing, and even though I have some mulch sorry, excuse me. Even though I have some thick mulch with on top of cardboard, you can see the cardboard around the edges. That Bermuda grass can find those little seams anywhere there's any openings. It doesn't come through the cardboard. It just finds where the cardboard doesn't overlap enough. So when you do the cardboard method, you definitely have to I don't want watermelons in the street now. Oh, there's one that's gonna be a fruit. But anyway, you definitely need to overlap it really well. Really, really, really well. Go this way, go that way. And my husband's not able to cut this grass now because it's growing out the way it is. Go that way. Oh, they're so hard to find, but they're there. There's lots of them. Look how long that trail is. People are probably like, what is she doing? Because this is like the street strip. Now, I own this property. It is an easement for the utility company. So if they ever need to come here, they have the right to Oh, there's one. They have a right to destroy whatever to do what they need, but this is my property, so I am able to utilize it however I want. Some people plant trees in it, which I think is kind of silly, because if the utility company does need to do something and you have a tree there, that's a lot of money and time spent to lose it. And they do dig in this area quite often, especially when they're running cable and stuff. But it's funny because we just had cable fiber put in, and instead of them running fiber in the easement, they came onto the property in everyone's front yards. They dug up and put the fiber, which I thought was, you know, there's all this strip in the front, but I guess they don't have the right to do it there. Anyway, sun's starting to come up.